Hey, onesies, Josh Williams here, and thanks for checking out this week's episode of the One Man Podcast. It's always free and available on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play Music, and many more, as well as on the web at onemanpodcast.com. So please, whatever platform you're listening on, like and subscribe. While you're at it, give it a rating, leave a review. Why? Because it helps the podcast, and I'd really appreciate it. How about that? What about social media? Search One Man Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to keep up with what's going on there. Get a little extra content for yourself. And finally, to get in touch, please send your emails to contact@onemanpodcast.com. You send it, I read it on the podcast. That's the deal. Thanks for listening, guys, and I hope you enjoy this week's episode.
What's up, everybody? This is DJ Demers.
I'm K. Trevor Wilson.
Hey, it's Krista Allen.
Hi, this is Rick Mercier.
What's up, guys? This is Paul Verzi, and you are listening to the One Man Podcast. Yeah!
My name is Josh Williams, and welcome to the One Man Podcast, episode number 194 for Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. How's it going, onesies? Are you guys doing good? Are you loving, January weather? Wherever you are, I have listeners all over the place. Algeria is crushing it for the One Man Podcast. We got some Algerian onesies. How do you say onesie in Algerian? Is Algerian a language? I'm going to start off by upsetting the only people listening in Algeria this podcast. I'm like, hey, thanks for listening. I don't know what you speak or what you are as a people. What color are you guys? Is that a question I can ask? I don't know why I feel like Algerians are like French. And if you hate the French, like we do here in Canada, no, I'm kidding. I'm going for broke and trying to upset and frustrate people right off the bat. Guys, I hope you're doing well. Algeria, whatever you are, thank you for listening to the podcast. I can't tell you how happy it makes me. You guys are like neck and neck with the United States. I got a lot of listeners in the United States. Algeria is giving the USOA a big run for their money in the listenership field right now. So I appreciate you guys doing that. But onesies everywhere, whatever January is for you, I hope you're enjoying it. I got a friend with me this week. Part of my week last week was just reaching out and chatting with some friends. To be honest with you, I've already forgotten how we started talking last week, but my pal Tasha is here, so you can talk now.
Hey, hey.
She's gonna co-host with me this week, and I haven't really had a chance to have. I don't know the last time I saw you face to face.
We were driving next to each other, and you had a Domino's pizza sign on top of your car. And I'm like, hey, are you driving next to me? And you're like, I am.
Would you text me or
I
like? I
texted you.
I was like, I don't know. I looked around and was that you? So instead of like honking to get my attention, you texted while driving.
Totally texted while driving.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Is that
3 years ago? It doesn't count anymore. It's over.
I had to take you took your eyes off the road to text. I had to take my eyes off the road to read the text. Then my eyes off the road to look around to establish whether or not. Yeah, so it's been a while, and we don't see each other very often.
No, and we actually live really close to each other. I drive past your house almost every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you still on local reference, Kirkwood?
Yeah, I'm on Kirkwood.
Are you still in that area?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm still over there.
Okay,
yeah.
That's a good area, right at the friggin' highway.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, get the fuck out of that area anytime you want.
Yeah. And we reconnected because it was your birthday.
Oh.
And I wished you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
But I didn't call you. I was one of the text people. I wasn't one of the call you people.
I don't mind. Oh, were you listening where I was saying that like
and I didn't make you anything?
No, that's fine. That's fine. I wrote that note down because that's very, very funny. I'll ask you, I'll tell you what, I'm going to tell you the answer afterwards because I don't want to influence yours. Okay. First off, you're very small. You're like, I don't know, it's not an insult, I hope.
No,
some people don't like,
I'm not very big.
You're skinny. So this question's gonna be really funny. I can't wait to hear the answer. What is like the fattest thing that you've done? And like, not like skinny girl fat. We're like, I ate a whole cupcake and didn't throw it up.
Okay.
Like what's like the most like, I'm ashamed of myself.
It's good. Okay. So Paul and the kids. So we have 4 kids and it's a lot. So Paul took the kids skating one day and I had alone time. So I Uber Eats to myself McDonald's.
Okay. Waste of money.
And I got a Big Mac. I got 10 McNuggets. I got a McChicken sandwich and I got a large fry and an iced tea, and I put them all on a plate in front of me.
And over the course of 4 days, you ate them?
I ate them while I played Fortnite.
Oh, really? You're a gamer?
Not really. I only do
Okay.
it when the people leave the house because they make fun of me. I'm
Really?
good. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
The kids are mean. Kids are mean.
How long did it take you to eat that, though, realistically?
It was a long time. It
Really?
was so salty. It was so salty. It was
Under
so
an hour?
gross. Probably under an hour.
Okay.
It
McNuggets,
was
McChicken, Big Mac?
Big Mac,
Fries.
and drink.
Wow.
I took a picture of it because it was amazing.
That,
So I can
but that
remember
is
it forever.
that is the fattest thing you've ever done.
Well, lately, I can't think of anything lately. That's the fattest thing I've done
Okay.
lately.
I remember I talked on this podcast about the McGangbangs, which Sean Sauve and his lovely girlfriend Megan introduced me to. Are you familiar with
What is a
McGangbangs?
McGangbang?
So it's when you take, now this is how it was introduced to me. I have since learned that this is the dumbed down version of a McBang. A McGangbang is a junior chicken and a McDouble, and you take the McDouble, open it up, you stuff the junior chicken in it, and then you eat the whole thing. Very filling. Probably about like what, $4 for the
It's a good deal.
accoutrement. Yeah. But very filling. And then I later heard from people who like worked at McDonald's 15 years ago, and they're like, no, a McGangbang is a Big Mac with a McChicken stuffed in it. So not like the little bitch ass ones. You're not talking junior league stuff. It's the headliners stuffed in each other.
I would eat all of that.
Yeah. You think you could though?
Yes. I'm pretty sure I can eat that.
Or you can Uber eat it.
We can Uber Eats
oh,
it
I'm not.
right
I'm
now.
Not, no, I'm
Uber Eats
gonna
it right now.
Throw up. So I remember I was with Chris Gordon, a comic, and we did a show way out in Orleans for yourself, but no one else knows what that is. And we went to get McDonald's after the show. And Chris is a funny guy. Chris is like, I want to try one of those McGangbang things that you were telling me, because I was very recent to that. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like, I'll get one too. So he ordered the McDouble and the junior chicken. And then I think 10 or 20 nuggets he ordered. Yeah. And then I was dropping him back off at the condo afterwards. So that was what the food he was taking home with him. This is not food you eat in public.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have
and
that.
I did the, I think it was like coupon time or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I ordered the stuff for a McDouble, and then I ordered, it was like 2 breakfast sandwiches for X-Men. This is also like 11:30 at night. And so I'm like, I'll have 1 sausage McMuffin and 1 bacon and egg McMuffin. And I go, you guys know the McGangbang thing? They're like, yeah. I go, yeah, McGangbangify those 2 sandwiches. So rather than like, here's your McDouble and they made it for me. They assembled it correctly. And I go, yeah. And those 2 breakfast sandwiches, McGangbang those
didn't.
ones together.
No shame.
So, but the thing is, like, I remember I was sitting right there at the table, and I have these 2 sandwiches. I get through the first one, and I'm like powering through the second one, and I feel awful. I'm stuffed. Yeah. And I'm just looking like at this other half sandwich that I know I'm going to finish, that I don't want to finish. I feel awful. And I'm like, the thought in my head is, I deserve to die. That was the verbatim. I deserve, like, you're going to just shove this in your body like you're a fucking carnival side. There's nobody here that you're doing it for. It's not like people are like, yeah, go. Like, it's not even for the act.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Just for myself. And I'm just like, I deserve to die. As I'm thinking that, my phone goes off with a message from Chris, who's back at the condo. And he's like, dude, this was such a bad idea. I'm like, yeah. This is awful.
You feel like
Absolutely
shit.
awful.
You feel like absolute shit after. It is a waste of money.
It's also incredibly
crazy.
addictive. Dude, Uber, I don't Uber Eats that shit because it's already like $11 for a meal.
Oh, it was like $30.
And then you got to pay, $5
crazy.
delivery. 30, for a fucking McDonald's food, which has like a 15-minute shelf life. So by the time Uber gets it to you, it's already
Okay, I warmed
cardboard
it
again.
up in the oven.
Did you?
Yeah. I have like a little picture I took of myself warming it up in the oven, sent it to my
But
sister.
does that work for the fries? Because the fries, once they turn back into cardboard, they're cardboard.
No, you got to eat them. So I ate the fries, and I warmed up the burger, and I warmed up the McChicken, and it was gross.
It's like the burgers turn back into rubber.
so
whatever.
gross,
They're so
but
gross.
it was so delicious at the moment.
For you, is like as a mom with 19 children, like you've got you really have to enjoy that time when no one else is around. You're like, I'm going to eat the food that I'm not
that I don't want them to eat, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want them to eat it. So I'll order it. I'll eat it shamefully all by myself. I'll play video games all by myself. I'll lie.
My knee-jerk reaction was, you're like, I don't want them to eat it. Like, I don't want to get it for them. I was thinking like the selfish way. No, I'm not feeding them poison. It's garbage food.
There's both. I don't want to buy it for them.
Right.
And I don't want them to eat poison.
Yeah.
But I want to be selfish to eat my own poison.
Yeah, we get to have poison every now and again.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk in on them masturbating, but when they're not around, I'm going to rub one out, or female equivalent.
How it goes.
I don't know, what do you get? Dig one out? Is that what you guys call it? What is it? Guys rub one out? Do women dig one
I
out?
don't know if it's digging it out.
You got to get in there, right?
Yeah.
Partially.
Yeah, I don't think it would be digging it out.
They call it flicking, but there's a bit of a dig motion to that.
You probably don't know. The newest thing.
How dare you assume
There
I
is
don't know.
this new
I
thing.
researched
Now,
the
listen.
female beaver.
No. There is a suction cup vibrator now. That is the thing.
Where have you been?
That is it. It's not digging it. It's not flicking it. It's all about the little suction cup. No flicking.
The suction cup goes inside you?
No, on the outside.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. I would assume most suction cups, like this thing, used to have a suction cup on the end until it busted off.
This part has a little suction, and you stick it on your outside, and it sucks.
Can you like pump it so that it gets all the air out of it, so it's got a good grip on it?
No, it's got a battery in it. You turn it
battery
on,
and a suction cup, and your clit just sort of rolls into it and sticks.
No, I don't think you do that. That hurts.
Is there suction though, or is it more of just like a cup?
No, it turns on. It's got like a little vacuum in it. It does little vacuums.
What's this thing called?
Tracy's dog.
That's disgusting.
I know.
Tracy's dog?
I bought the knockoff version because buying one called Tracy's dog is gross.
What is it, like Nancy's ferret, the knockoff
It's
version?
called Naboo. N-A-B-U. Naboo, I think.
You know that's the planet that Jar Jar
Have you-
Binks was on, wasn't it? Naboo? You got like, I swear to God, I think that's what. That's so weird.
There's an amazing review a man wrote on this sex toy because
for it.
his wife stopped sleeping with him because the toy was so good.
So that was the review essentially.
I think the review is amazing.
Okay, well,
Let me see if I can find it. You know, you get all these things in your head. You're like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I have this so everyone can read it. No, I don't.
I love
don't
that
have
Tasha, before we started, she's like, we're going to have a safe word in case this thing. And we're like talking about,
I already forgot.
what
the
is this
safe
thing?
word.
Stacy's dog?
Tracy's dog?
Tracy's
People
dog
will,
is
people will
got it
email
going
you
on.
and say, okay, so this is what it looks like.
It looks like every fucking sex toy.
This part is like the little suction-y guy. See?
So you shove that thing up your
that
ass.
goes in
and
you,
then,
and that goes on you.
wow. How
So
big
you
is
get-
it to scale?
I don't know, like that maybe.
The whole thing?
Yeah, but it's like bendy. Like,
We have a dildo in the middle of the table, just so you guys know. Because right, we give that, like it's like this thing, and you guys are like, what are they talking
okay,
about?
as you guys know, in the other podcast, he sticks this dildo to everything. So now
I don't
it's
stick it
stuck.
to everything. Someone lost the suction cup on the bottom. Maybe Tracy came along and fucking borrowed it.
Okay.
There used to also be a smaller penis in here too. Oh, is it still there? No. It was like a Matryoshka doll. But I guess someone stole the smaller cock out of it.
So this one's also a knockoff. It's not Tracy's dog. It's
What happened to the
called
review? I thought you were finding us a review.
It's called The Secret Affair.
The Secret Affair. That this guy found out about.
So
Not very well-kept secret.
James gave it 5 stars. I bought this for my wife. We like to have fun in the bedroom, and I have several toys for us to enjoy. I seen this, and after reading a review, I thought I'd give it a go. Well, it arrived Tuesday, and she used it while I was at work the next day. I asked her what she thought, and she said, I don't know what happened, but it was magical. She said she didn't know if it was the sucker part or the vibrator, but as soon as it was in place, she immediately started having what she described as an intense orgasm. Once it was all over, she collected herself, then gently cleaned it, dried it, gave it a kiss, laid it on her pillow, and
There's
tucked it in.
no fucking way a man wrote that.
She-
There's no fucking way a man wrote that. Some bitch wrote that to try to convince guys that they should buy this for
their wife?
Because this guy had it work. This closeted homosexual man who was like, oh, I love having fun with my wife, so much so that I bought
her sex
I bought my
toys.
own replacement to no longer be needed. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, keeps going.
Oh, I'm sure it does. It's a woman who wrote it.
she-
It doesn't get straight to the point. It keeps fucking
I'm only
going.
here. I'm only here. So you got all this. You got
I'm
all this.
listening.
You got all
I'm
this.
listening. It's not a guy though.
She said she had heartbeats in her eyes like you see on the cartoons. She said she may have told me she loved it. She told me the sucker part felt like tiny kisses.
No
on
man
her clit.
listens to what his wife says this much and remembers it. None of this is a man.
Then she used it 2 more times before I got home. She was dancing and singing almost like she was floating on air. I haven't seen her this happy in years. At this point, I'm starting to feel a little jealous and maybe rethinking this whole purchase. Long story short, ladies, if you want a toy that's going to make you dance around like Mary Poppins and glow like a moon on a clear summer night, then this is the toy for you.
This is not a man. Oh, if you want a woman to dance around like Mary Poppins, first off, how dated are references that guys aren't, oh, you know my favorite musicals.
He's an old man. He's an old man. So,
not an
guys,
old man.
in the end, if you want to have sex with your wife ever again, don't buy this for her.
Right. So why would you write a review glorifying this thing? She said she had hearts in her eyes like a little cartoon. I don't know. Fuck. She wouldn't shut up about it for like, this is what a man writes. I bought this for my wife because every time I want to watch the game, she wants to fuck. So I buy her this fucking thing. It was pretty cheap. It was on sale. I typed in sex toys. It was the first thing that came up. That was the level of effort I wanted to put into it. All right. She goes off with this fucking thing. The whole next day, she's beaking off all goddamn day about how goddamn great it is. All right. Won't shut up about it. All right. 5 stars. Get one for yourself.
Sold.
That's a guy. That's a guy. Oh, she said she was floating on. It was as if she was following a scented trail through a field
Mary
of daffodils.
Poppins.
Yeah, Mary Poppins, and she enjoyed it, cleaned it off, gave it a little kiss. Go fuck. That gave it a little kiss thing. That's a woman that wrote that.
I gotta say, I'd probably give it a little kiss too, though.
That's fine. But ask Paul. Did you tell Paul what you thought of it? Was he like, oh, let me tell you about
Let me just go write a review.
Yeah, they wrote a Harlequin romance novel about it. If you want your wives to be... And then stupid men would listen and go, oh, this guy likes it. The educated man is like, a guy didn't write this.
A guy didn't write this.
A guy didn't write this. You have your life savings in your hand, Tasha, and you're going to Vegas. You're betting on red or black that a woman wrote it or a guy wrote it. Honest to God, where's the smart money going on who wrote it? Okay, I'll give you this.
I think a marketing team wrote it.
I think a woman or a gay man wrote that.
Like a marketing team, and women are like, I'm going to buy this.
A gay man would buy something for his beard wife. So it's like, so he doesn't have to get it. Because gay men find vaginas absolutely disgusting. Yeah. Straight men find vaginas disgusting, but we're inexplicably drawn to them. Do you know what I mean? Like when you have 2 magnets and you're like, I don't want these to just connect. That's the way P goes into the V. You know what I mean?
Oh, our poor vaginas.
Your poor vaginas.
Poor vaginas.
Your
They're
poor
just
vaginas.
so ugly.
Oh, yeah. They're credit cards with no limits. We can just keep using them to get things. And some of us complain when we have to make the monthly payments.
So I brought a little gift for Josh.
Oh, we're still we're gonna get to that. Tasha brought me a book, and I have to tell you, I'm incredibly excited to see it. But before we get into these stories of me, I still didn't tell you the fattest thing I've ever done.
Oh, I thought it was the McGangbang.
No, that was the opening. That was like that would be like if I had to think back, I'm like that. I was pretty like that's the only time I've ever eaten a horrible order and been like I deserve to die. But this was the fat, and I did this today.
No, you did it today?
I did today.
Wow.
Okay. This is what I think. This is a pretty fat thing. So you'd mentioned that, I don't know if we were recording or not at this point, but someone made me a cake for my birthday.
Yeah.
I dropped it off on Sunday.
Yeah. It was a beautiful cake.
Very nice cake. And it's not cake, it's brownie. It's brownies with
covered in Reese Pieces.
Yeah, and cups and everything like that. There's still some. So if you want after this, be happy to have a piece. You're welcome. I can't eat it all myself. I'm gonna die. But I went to sleep. My sleep schedule is still pretty rough, but I'm at the point where I'm going to bed like somewhere between 7 and 9 every night, and then waking up at like 7 a.m. or 6 a.m. Today I woke up at 4 because I went to sleep at like 7. That's a lot of sleep. I got my time in, but it's just still a little fucked. Anyways, I woke up. I was quite hungry because I didn't eat for hours before I'd gone to bed too, right? So I'm hungry and I look across the room and I've got like, that's the thing too, again, having roommates, I'm like, I can't leave this stuff out because they'll just go through it, eat it and, go fuck yourself. So I have my friend's like cake carrier. I don't know what you call those things. I've never bought one.
Cake box?
Yeah. It's got like the lid and everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's to transport a cake. Anyways, I've got that sitting up on my desk in my room. So I just wake up and there's like, I left a knife in it in case I want to just slice off a piece or whatever. So like, yeah.
4 a.m.
So, yeah, or maybe 4:30, maybe 5. I don't know. I woke up and I was dicking around my phone, but I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. I look over, there's that cake. And I'm like, I still need to get through this. So I'm like, I just woke up, popped the top off and like I'm pretty sure it was almost immediately like after I was awake, because it wasn't like half an hour. I would have come to my senses. So it's like it's like a pothead, only like I did like a waken cake. You know what I mean? Like I think that's the fattest thing I've ever done, was just wake up, and within moments of being awake, I'm already like slicing a piece of this death cake. Yeah, I remember I ate ribs.
Did you sit?
At
But
work
did you
one
sit in
time.
bed while you did it?
No,
Like
no,
back
no,
and
no,
the crumbs
no.
all over you, and you're picking them off and eating.
No, and that's the unfortunate thing. I think I don't fall into the fat guy mold where I'm just like melt into being a fat guy. Like I'm overweight, but I don't like waddle. I don't comport myself like I'm a fat guy. You know what I mean? So that whole idea of like eating in bed is disgusting.
I eat in bed.
Do you?
Okay, no. Since I started dating Paul, I stopped eating in bed, but I used to sneak like cheese into my bed next, sort of like your story, and I'd eat this cheese lying in my bed.
What kind of cheese?
Manchego.
I don't even know what the fuck that
It was
is.
so good. And like old cheddar is like really stinky.
Like
shit.
crumbly
Like
stuff?
crumbly, gross. It shouldn't be in
Did
my
you
bed.
pre-slice it though?
So
You're not sitting there with a brick of cheese just
So,
biting off hunks of it.
I still do this. I use a peeler, like a one that you peel carrots, and I peel off pieces of the cheese so it's super thin, and then I eat it like it melts in my mouth. Like,
Really?
It's creepy. It's creepy.
Whatever works for you.
delicious.
Do you get it all over your bed? Like, do you wake up in the morning and
So,
you're finding cheese crumbs in your bed?
I don't anymore, but I did. It was gross.
Really?
It had to stop. Maybe that's my worst fat person thing. I did.
Okay.
It was pretty gross.
You're like,
I'll just lie in
I just
my-
took a Parmesan shaker and I throw it in the air and try to catch it in my mouth.
One time I brought a thing of Parmesan chips to work, and I was eating them like they're chips, and the girl was like, "What are you eating?" And I was like, "Chips." She's like, "Those aren't chips." And I was like, "Fuck you." And I ate the
Do you want a
chips.
good haircut or a bad haircut?
Let me eat
What are you
my
eating?
Parmesan chips.
They still, I see those at Costco's every now and again. Orange bag of,
I fucking eat them.
yeah.
Like they're chips.
Aren't they like $10 a bag?
They're whatever. It doesn't matter.
How do you not gain weight? You're like, I just eat cheese.
Just eat cheese. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I will have a heart attack. I eat a lot of cheese, probably. My arteries are probably like
Cheese is outstanding. Apparently it makes you constipated. Do you have a difficult
this.
time?
No, that's good too. Everything's good.
Then do it.
Yeah.
Eat the cheese.
Just keep
It's not
eating
in bed.
cheese. No more. I'm not allowed anymore. No more.
Is
food.
that what he says? He's like, can you please?
Well, it's gross. It's when you're a
Do you
single
sleep
person.
on the dining room table? I eat in bed and I sleep on the dining room table.
Fuck. No, when you start dating someone, you're like, okay, I can't be gross anymore. But when you're single,
I can't be gross. Am I allowed to be gross now then? I
you
didn't
can be
know
gross.
that.
You can be
I didn't know
gross. No one's around.
that. No, it's around. I love me. That's hysterical. Yeah, so that was I did that this morning and I was like, the only reason I thought it was even worth talking about is just I wanted an excuse to say that waken cake.
I like it. You should coin that.
No, I shouldn't. No, I'm ashamed that I did it.
Your Instagram stories are 4 a.m.
If I had made a coffee, like if I woke up and I made the coffee first and I was like, oh, a piece of cake would go good with the coffee, the sweet and I would go, even then I would be like, it's more excusable because you had a cup of coffee and you're like, oh, this would go good with it. Like a muffin is basically just cake.
Yeah, it is cake. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I say
So you
that
wake up
all
in the
the
morning,
time.
have a coffee and a muffin, no one would judge you, but you wake up and you slice off and it was very
Fucking
small piece.
brownie cake covered in Reese peanut butter cups. If you people haven't seen
Spike
it,
your insulin
go
first thing in the
check
morning.
it out on his Instagram.
I think it was a story. I think it's gone now.
Oh,
Isn't that how it
it
works?
was epic.
Nobody wants your fucking histories remaining around. They'll tolerate your shit for days. First off, most people's stories are boring as fuck.
I know.
You click and it's like these inspirational
skip
quotes or whatever,
so
and you're
many.
like, go away.
I skip so many. I feel bad. I'm always skipping people's stories, but I don't fucking care. I don't care. I just want to get to the
this
good
thing-
ones. And then what happens? It goes in the next story, and you're like, I don't want to fucking see that. I don't want to see one
Why
story.
is one person like they're like filming their feet walking and it's like the boomerang, so it's like step forward, step backwards, step forward. Get it? I was walking today.
Ooh, fancy walking.
Can I just say that your Instagram stories, people, the vast majority of you, this applies to. I'm gonna try to be generous. I was gonna say fair, but I'll be generous and say 80% of you. It's probably more, but 80% of you, your Instagram stories are the equivalent of the kid bringing home the crayon drawing and asking you to put it on the fridge. You're displaying a terrible attempt at creativity with no skill. It doesn't look good. I guess everyone was like, oh, you need to put that on the virtual fridge for everyone to see. And you really don't. All right. And I'm hoping that at least one of you hearing this, it digs in a little bit and you go, maybe I shouldn't. If you're that person, when you click on your Instagram story and like, it's every one of them is like an eighth of an inch because they've got like 50 of them.
I hate that person.
Do you know those persons? And
that
ever
person.
just keep posting and none of it's relevant. Like I would say one of those 50 might have been worth looking at.
I know.
All right, listen. I don't know about you, but because you've heard a few episodes of the podcast, a lot of people are like, oh, you just go in there and you're just whining. I don't know if this.
It's
I
not
don't know if that's whining. I
not
said
whining.
complaining is definitely. I'll wear complaining, but to me, I'm like whining is like whining is a
Whining is like, it's cold out. Now it's a snowstorm.
yeah.
That's
Why?
whining.
Like yeah, but complaining. I am definitely complaining about people's Instagram stuff. Yeah. The whole point was there was a picture of a cake on there, and a lot of people are like, wow, that looks good, and I'm like, it is, but it's so rich. It's so rich that I'm like, I can't. What am I supposed to work on this for like a week? I'm trying to work on myself.
I'm gonna take some of her cake. I'm gonna take some of your cake.
Have it. I'll.
It's gonna be good.
It is good, but I'm over it. I picked up cookies from Jimmy, who I talked to a few episodes back. His wife, bakes and has a little baking side business. I had one of her cookies. They're great. I'm not a big sweets guy to begin with. Mm-hmm. On my birthday, I was like, I want something sweet for my birthday. And then, and then a few people were like, we'll do it. Now I had too many people that gave me sweets. And now I'm like, I'm done. It's like Christmas.
Yeah,
all the sweets come in and you're like,
too much.
No.
Are you you're more savory then? Do you like
I'm
cheese
delicious.
and chips?
I'm savory. I've been referred to as more salty than sweet. Even then, I don't know. I can't decide. I can't commit to anything.
Like, are you saucy? Like, would you rather have chicken wings and sauce?
It's
like
constantly changing. I always want it switching.
Okay.
That's the thing. It's like they're like, oh, so do you prefer more? Like, I guess overall, maybe more savory. But even then, like, I'm not. It's not like I'm like, oh, I don't like sweets and I love chips. I don't love chips either. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't need it. So I'll do like crackers and cheese, and then I'll do something. Yeah, then let's do wings or you got to keep switching it up, just like regular food, right?
Yeah, you're regular.
I think
that's normal. That's normal shit.
I think like the only two meals that I can think of that I would never get sick of, that I have for periods of my life had like every single day I can do breakfast, like eggs, bacon, home fries, beans, hash browns, home fries, whatever it is. I can do that every day. Never get bored of it.
Good choice.
But I'm just saying, like that definitely, like I just every day I'll get up and fry eggs. I'm never like, let's not do eggs today. I'm a little bored. Never happens. The other one, pizza. I've done like pizza every day for like 2 weeks straight at times in my life. Never have I been like, nah, I don't feel like pizza. I'm like, pizza again, yes. But those are the only two things that I can think of. Like I would get sick of poutine. I would get sick of burgers and fries. It is.
Those things you just said are all really
too,
heavy.
Though.
Yeah.
But I'm never like, no.
I always get a veggie pizza, so I don't know.
Loser.
Yeah, I don't get meat.
Get a salad. If you want a fucking veggie pizza, get a salad.
I don't eat pork anymore.
No?
6 years.
What did you see?
7 years.
What did you see?
It was my son.
Did that?
My son was 6, and he saw that cats and dogs were smarter than pigs, and was like, "Why are we eating pigs?"
You mean pigs are smarter than cats and dogs?
What did I say?
Cats and dogs are smarter than pigs.
Fuck.
You're like, well, we don't want the pigs to feel
pigs
stupid,
are smarter
so we won't
than
eat
me.
them.
Pigs are smarter than me. So he saw that pigs were smarter, that they were the smartest animal. And he's like, "Mom, why are we eating them? Like, our dog's stupider, and we won't eat our dog." And he was really little, so I was like, "Okay, well, do you want to stop eating pork?" He's like, "Yeah, I do." I was like, "Okay, write a list of what pork's made of, so what has pork in it."
Yeah.
So then you know what you're missing out on. But he kept being like, "There's turkey bacon." I was like, "Okay." He's
Gross.
like, "There's turkey sausage." Like he kept saying it. So now it's been.
What, do you go to the grocery store and research it? How the fuck does he know there's turkey bacon?
I have no idea.
Do you let a vegan babysit?
I don't know. But here we are. We're like 7 years later.
Are you happier?
Yeah, it's good. I don't miss it. I had bacon by accident.
You don't
It's disgusting.
miss it?
Bacon is disgusting when you stop eating it.
Really?
It's so salty.
Yeah.
Because you get.
But you could also get bad bacon.
I know.
Where did you have it? Where did you
I
accidentally
was
have
at-
bacon?
I was at this.
Have you ever had bacon in a salad? Do you know what magic it just created for that salad?
I guess Caesar salad's really good bacon. And like fucking egg rolls are so good.
There's no bacon in egg rolls.
No, but there's pork. There's like that delicious
Golden Palace egg rolls.
Golden Palace egg rolls are the best. But they have chicken egg rolls, which are super good.
Are they
Look at your
made the
face.
same way?
Like, what the fuck? They're good. They're really good.
They're made the same way with the black ends and everything?
Yeah, they're open-ended. Yeah, they're really
Nice.
good. Yeah. So, yeah, we don't eat pork, so I just get veggie pizza. Because chicken on pizza is really shitty.
Yeah, I don't do it anyways.
It's gross. Chicken pizza
Why
is
do you
gross.
need chicken on pizza?
It's so gross.
For me, I love Hawaiian. So like the pineapple Hawaiian. There's so many people who are like, pineapple has no place on pizza.
No, it's so perfect.
And then they throw fungus on it, and I'm like, oh, but fungus does. Like, yeah, and I won't bore the listeners again because I said that I went on a tirade. I'm like, sweet and salty is a proven combination. Fungus, no. I'm like, so those people who walk around and I go, listen, if you don't like it, that's fine. Mm-hmm. If you're one of those people who put, mushrooms and peppers, you want a salad on your pizza because you're in denial. You can't just admit that what you're having is not the greatest because it's delicious. So you have to ruin it by putting vegetables on it just so that you can pretend like, oh, it's better for me because I'm getting like, go fuck yourself. But if you're one of those people that'll do that, you'll put veggies on it, but you don't like pineapple, but you won't shit talk it. Those blowhards who are like, pineapple has no place on pizza. They can go fuck themselves. And you're going to proclaim that, and then you're going to put your sweet and salty, tried and true combination.
They're really good. It's really good.
Pineapple works perfect.
Pineapple's
Works perfect.
good.
So now what do? Do you still put pineapple on, but you put like fucking kale or something?
No. I usually just get veggie pizza from Gabriel's Pizza. They do a really good one. There's artichoke, sun-dried tomato, broccoli, possibly olives. Can't really remember. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. And then the kids get like meat lover, disgusting sausage, bacon, and pepperoni. Like literally all the pork I don't eat and I've been boycotting is on their pizza.
Oh, so they're eating pork again?
Yeah, all the other kids do. Just me and Cam don't.
Oh, all of that's right, because there's 19 of them. There's 19 children. Where did you buy them from? You guys both had two.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That came into the so you're a blended couple, I
We're
believe.
a blended family. We're a blended family.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. And do you use almond milk as the base, or is it yogurt for your blend?
We have oat milk.
Give me one quick second. I want to grab some water so we can get into this next section here. So before we move on to the photo album here, I'm trying to think if I can give people. You want to like? We met in what, grade 7?
Grade 7.
Grade 7 at school, and then I was away for grade 8, and then we sort of reconnected at
grade 9.
Grade 9 in high
Drama
school.
class.
Yeah, and so we've known each other a very long time. I was going to say you. Yeah, like I know your family. I know
We went through puberty together.
That sounds weird. It's like you held my hand while I cried as my pubes grew in, like some dude who's turning into a werewolf. So it's like, it hurts. Like,
nailed it.
Yeah. I was going to say I was there for you when your boobs came in, but they never did.
I'm having a mammogram tomorrow.
Are you?
Yeah. I'm not excited.
They can't just see it through your skin?
I know. It's like, how the fuck are they going to fit it in the little box?
You don't have like anything, do you?
No, just
okay.
normal.
It's just standard. Get it
like,
checked.
hey, you're getting old. Here's a mammogram. Yay.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Really? That I would. Okay. So real talk. All right. Just us girls. Does it hurt more with a smaller chest? Or?
I don't know. That's why I don't know yet.
Never had one?
No.
Oh.
It's tomorrow.
You should call my mom. I'm sure she'll tell you how it is.
She'd love to chit chat.
She gets them done and she's like, they squish them. Like, it's like they take like 2 spatulas, not a speculum. I don't think it's called.
No, it's like a flat plate and like this weird x-ray machine, and like it comes down and squishes it, literally turning a ball into a frisbee.
That seems horrible.
I know.
Horrible.
And I just have like little nubs that I'm going to put in there. I don't know how they're going to do it.
They're basically just going to flatten your nipple and be like, you don't have. So brutal.
Don't worry about it, lady.
How funny would it be if you just
pulled out the little
your pitch hitter? Yeah. I was trying not to put you on blast. I'm like, but you'll know. I'll mime it because there's no cameras on this here podcast. We're keeping it a humble production. So for you listeners, what have you done this week, Josh? Well, I picked up the whiskey glasses last week. I told you guys about that. I just basically boxed them and I did a graphic design for like a sticker on the outside of the box, just trying to make them fancy for anyone who's buying just the individual stuff. Not super incredible, but that's what I did on one day. And I think that was like the previous Tuesday or something. I went out to my printer, gave it to him. He printed it, cut it, gave it back to me. I was out of there in like 15 minutes and then back home sitting and watching TV. I've been watching the show Letterkenny. I started from the beginning, which is like small town Ontario people. It's a funny show. I tried watching it a long time ago. In fact, my buddy K. Trevor Wilson is one of the main cast members, and I've interviewed him on the podcast before. But I finally started watching the show, and I'm just burning through. There's like only 6 episodes.
And it's on Crave. You said
it's on Crave.
It's on
yeah.
Crave. Okay.
Yeah. Before you go, I'll have to show because it was like a YouTube series where there'd be like a 2-minute clip.
Okay.
And it was just called Letterkenny Problems, and it's just kind of like very Canadiana. But like shit talking and our slang and stuff like that. It's very charming.
Okay.
And then the show embellishes on that. But I like I think that the YouTube videos were my favorite, just the style of what they did, because they basically added more types of characters. So it's kind of like, oh man, I was going to say it's not like a Seinfeld kind of thing. There's not a whole hell of a lot going on in the show, but it's like groups of people. So you got like Hicks, and then there's like the small town hockey players, and then like the skids, and then like the natives, and like, so it's just, and then just kind of how they interact with each other and their sort of small town MOs.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm enjoying it. There's really not a whole hell of a lot to say about it, but just if you have it, Brad Pitt watches it.
Shut up.
Yeah, because it's on Hulu in the States. But yeah, like Ben Mulroney was on some red carpet thing or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, Ben from eTalk Canada, it's Canada, yeah, Letterkenny." This is what he goes, yeah, Letterkenny. I love Letterkenny. I was like, oh shit. But apparently, a lot of Americans watch Letterkenny.
No way.
There's
That's
no
so
like,
weird.
yeah. They're like watching like the same type of stuff that they make fun of us for is in that show.
Nice.
But yeah, I've been watching that. I watched a new episode of WandaVision.
Tell me about it. I don't really know.
Did you see it, or have you like?
I saw it on Disney Plus. I didn't click on it.
Do you have Disney Plus?
I have Disney Plus.
Did you watch the Marvel movies?
I've watched all of them yet.
Okay, so why wouldn't you watch WandaVision?
I don't know. It's just, huh?
That's it?
Is that a good answer?
Is that how people think?
Well, I saw a tweet.
I watched all of the movies and I loved them. Why wouldn't you watch more of the story?
I saw a tweet when it came out saying like, this was really shitty, don't waste your time. And I was like, oh, I don't want to waste my time.
Was the tweet from someone you respect?
I don't remember.
Because you know that every single Marvel movie, there was someone who tweeted that,
I guess
right?
so.
And if you had seen that tweet, you wouldn't have seen the movies.
Well, is it good?
So I know that they did the comic like that.
Okay.
So there was a comic called WandaVision, and it was like they were in this like little Leave It to Beaver neighborhood, and Wanda and Vision lived together, and they had 2 kids.
Okay.
And I didn't read the comic series. I had the same friend who I told you about that stick or whatever. He gave me like every Marvel and DC comic on like a 3 terabyte hard drive.
Cool.
So it was like, just go in and you could just read any comic. If you're like, oh, I want to read the Spider-Man where he marries Mary Jane, it was on there.
Wow.
Like every Marvel comic, every
awesome.
DC comic on there. So I was like, cool. Anyways, so as I was moving them into like their respective, X-Men and Avengers and Spider-Man and all that stuff, I saw the covers of WandaVision and same font and everything from the show. So it was one of the storylines they did in the comic. But on the show, it's like, I never really watched Leave It to Beaver or anything like that. Like I saw stuff like it. Honeymooners, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, that kind of stuff.
I watched those. I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched. I watched those.
Okay, so WandaVision, there's only 3 episodes out right now. But the first 2 are in black and white, and then the third one's in color.
Okay.
But they're almost like... Scarlet Witch and Vision are like, it's like a Leave It to Beaver kind of
Are they doing
show.
superhero things?
They have their powers, but like the idea is that if you go into the show thinking like they're doing what is it? For Christ's sakes, not a farce. I'm the worst with words today. Satire. Fuck,
Okay.
that was a block. Jesus Christ. They're doing a satire of like the 50s era shows.
Okay.
So when you watch it, if you watch it thinking you're going to see Infinity War, you're not.
Okay.
So it's basically like, what if Wanda and Vision were doing a Leave It to Beaver show, and she's the wife and he's the husband. Well, honey, off to work. Going to the factory today. And then the first episode is like, he's inviting his boss over for dinner to impress his boss for the big promote, like the style of those shows back then.
Yeah.
And so you're watching the 2 of them, only she has powers. He's an android, right? And all this stuff. So it's kind of like they're going through the motions of this, but then, for a very small moment, it's kind of like, what is this? Like, why are we here? And then it's kind of like back to just the show, right? So it's like hinting at something's weird is going on here. Like last time we saw Vision, Thanos was ripping the Mind Stone out of his head.
Yeah.
So even at this point in the series, 3 episodes, and we still don't know what's going on, but you're getting like at the end of the episode, you're getting like a little bit of a glimpse as to like what the fuck is going on here? Like something's wrong. You know what I mean? Almost like in the Matrix where they're like, oh, I just had deja vu or whatever, where it's like, oh, it's a glitch in the Matrix. Something in this world is fucked up. So the first episode is like 50s. Then the second one is very like Bewitched style. Like they even do like an intro to it. And it looks like the cartoons from Bewitched or whatever. Yeah. And which is even funny because she's the Scarlet Witch and they're doing Bewitched or whatever. So, and it's like a decade sooner. And then the next one is like 70s style kind of sitcoms or whatever. So like, they're telling the story. They're learning their neighbors and the people in this little neighborhood that live. It's almost kind of like part Pleasantville, where it's like we know we're in a show, but you know, like what's it like being in a show? So you're able to see people kind of looking at, but the whole time they have their powers. They're not like, hey, we're superheroes and this and that. They're almost like they almost don't know their lives before this. Okay. But then she'll say something like, oh yeah, my brother Pietro. Right. There's like in the most recent one, like minor spoilers, but in the most recent episode, she's like talking, you know, singing to a baby or whatever. And then person's like, oh, that's really nice. It's like, yeah, my brother Pietro used to sing that or whatever, da da da. And then the other person's like, Pietro, yeah, he was killed by Ultron, wasn't he? And it's like, at this point, they haven't addressed the Avengers. Nothing. Yeah. They're just Wanda and Vision. Okay. And so she's like, what did you say? Like, so it's kind of like their outside world might be trying to force its way in or whatever. Anyways, we still don't know what's going on. But if you go into it going, I'm going to watch a I Dream of Jeannie, Leave It to Beaver, Bewitched spoof satire with Wanda and Vision as the main characters, you'll enjoy yourself. If you go in going, I want to see superheroes, you're not going to see them because that's not what they're doing yet. Okay. But I found that like in terms of a satire of those old shows, fucking hilarious. Okay. Because the jokes aren't just like, oh, it's not hacky. It's actually done in that style, but everything's funny. What they're doing is like, it's like those old crazy shows where like the person's about to walk into the kitchen and like that's where the disaster's happening. Like we get, oh, over here. And you know, the windows to the kitchen open up and she's got 55 bowls and things floating in the air with her powers, like mixing and doing everything. So it's kind of like that person turned around.
I Love Lucy.
Yeah. It's all of those old styles of shows. So like they have copied and satirized the source material perfectly. Okay. So if you know those shows, which a lot of young people watching don't. So to them, they're like, this is stupid. Okay. But it's like, no, but if you know those shows, they are bang on to the style that they were. The jokes are funny, but it's also funny because they've done such a great job of mimicking that source material. So yeah, I would definitely say give it a watch, but watch it like you're watching I Love Lucy and a spoof of that, not where's Thanos? Where's fucking like...
I've been very picky with my shows because as
they're only 20 minutes long.
The whole world probably doesn't all have the same situation as us, but we're in a lockdown where the children are home all the time. So then when
I've eaten my children, that's the fattest thing I did.
When I get free time, I'm super picky about what I'm going to do with it now because it's so limited because they're
using Tracy's dog or whatever.
They're always fucking there.
Yeah.
Like, so I've been picky with my shows because I'm like, fuck, if I waste 20 minutes and this one sucks, there's 20 minutes of my night gone. And I only get...
Do Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh yeah, just look up what people say.
Well, I think Rotten Tomatoes is the best. Don't read the reviews, but I find that the Rotten Tomatoes score is the most accurate and fair. Okay. Because it's voted on by critics and by audience. So you actually get 2 scores, audience scores and critic scores. Okay. And I find that those percentage, so you just look and you get a percentage. Okay. Out of 100. And I find that those percentages are really fair. Like a lot of horror movies are like 13%. And then you watch and you're like, yeah, that was garbage.
Yeah, it's true.
But like the Conjuring stuff is like 80s, 90s. So like the good horror movies. Cool. Just for fun, right? For content. Give me a movie out of the blue. Well, take half a second so I can get Rotten Tomatoes up fast enough.
Vampires versus the Bronx.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Vampires versus the Bronx? Okay, I thought I saw it come up for half a second. Versus the Bronx. Did you watch this?
I did watch it.
it got 89%.
I was going to say it's really good.
Okay. So but here's the thing. It got 89% on the tomato meter, but the audience score gave it 43.
Oh,
So the audience didn't like it as much. Yeah, but maybe you have a better critic mind. Jaden Michael, the kid looks like Jaden Smith.
I thought when I watched it.
Shay Wingham. Are you kidding me? Method Man is in this?
He's the fucking
All right,
priest. He's a priest.
Give me a better fucking movie. Something more mainstream.
Terminator?
The first one?
Sure.
Okay. That's going way back. That's crazy in terms of what I was expecting. Give me a mainstream movie. Terminator. Mainstream in the last 40 years. Wow. It says highest rated movie, 100%.
What?
Yeah, it's not showing it either. Okay, so why don't I hear, but you know what? You gave me Terminator. So I'm going to go through the Terminator movies.
Okay.
So Terminator Dark Fate got 70%. I think that's fair. Probably deserved a little less in my opinion. But 70 is great. Whereas like Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see that one?
I didn't.
You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see that one.
27%. Fair. Terminator Salvation. The one with, what's his face? John Connor played by Christian Bale.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah.
And Sam Worthington. That one got 33%. I actually thought that one deserved a little better. Because Anton Yelchin played Kyle Reese. Mm. I like that kid. He's dead now.
Oh.
Do you know who that is, Anton Yelchin? Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Wasn't that the
TV
show? Yeah.
85%.
People liked it.
85 from critics, 87 from audience members. I never watched it.
I didn't watch it either.
Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, 69%. Terminator 2, Judgment Day, 93%.
Wow.
Audience, 94. Fair.
Yeah, it's good.
And then original Terminator, 100%.
100%.
And 89 from audiences. So I guess critics were like, this was the perfect movie. This was so super perfect.
But like, what if you look up something like Good Will Hunting, which was like really...
There you go. That's something. All right. I want to go back because I seem to have lost the search field. So Good Will Hunting.
I want to see how that stands up against Terminator.
There's same genre, of course. Good Will Hunting, 98%. 94 audience.
Wow.
That's fair, right? Okay, so now, based on my suggestion, WandaVision. 93%.
Wow.
And audience score 79%. Okay. I'm telling you, Rotten Tomatoes is a fucking awesome. For me, it's a benchmark. If I see something and I'm like, oh, I watched The Turning the other day and I went off on it in the last episode. Garbage. And then I looked at the Rotten Tomato score. It was like 13%. I'm like, I should have looked first.
Did you watch Cobra Kai?
No, but everyone says it's amazing.
It's really good. Ask Rotten
Cobra,
Tomatoes.
Kobra?
Cobra.
Like I know it's CO.
Yeah, it's regular. It's CO.
Okay, because I know Kai is KI, and I wasn't sure if it was one of those shows that is like KK the same, like tries to be fucking cute about it. Cobra Kai, 2018, 92%.
Yeah,
across the board, audience and score.
Good.
Is it?
It's good.
Do I have
to binge it?
Do I have to love the original?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't love the original, and it's really good.
Okay.
You'll fucking love it.
We got to find one more movie as of late. What do you think one that would be interesting? Something that like you feels right in the middle so we can see what...
Infinity War.
For the record, I don't know if I've ever said this on the podcast. I think I talked about Fight Club recently, and I was like, I had a friend who ruined Fight Club with me because it was you. It was you. You came to my house on Bayswater afterwards. You're like, I want to see Fight Club. Like, I don't really like it. And I was like, oh, really? You're like, yeah, turns out like Brad Pitt's a figment of Edmund. Like, just like that. I was like, oh, because I hadn't even heard of it. And then like I go to watch it and a whole time I knew he wasn't real. And that's a great fucking movie. I would have loved to have watched that movie and not fucking known.
I'm a bad friend. That's a bad friend thing.
Well, it was high school. Or very young.
Stupid high school.
You didn't ruin my life, but I'm just like, but that's one of those movies where you really wish you didn't know the whole time.
Yeah.
So, because you watch it because you get to enjoy it twice. Mm-hmm. The first time not knowing, the second time, I want to ruin something for you right now. So anyways, I don't know what Fight Club is definitely not down the middle of the road. A movie that didn't get very much love. I was talking to my mom about this the other day. It is a Martin Scorsese movie, Shutter Island.
Oh, I remember
Leonardo DiCaprio and Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
It only got 68%. and 76 from audiences.
Wow.
But do you know that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the whole time you're like, oh, he's trying to solve a case. And then you find out you're like, oh, he's... Yeah. I really felt, in terms of Scorsese's movies, I'm like, that was a fucking good movie. I felt it deserved better than a 68, personally.
Yeah,
I remember looking that up the other day going, wow, really? Anyways, so that's your new thing.
Okay,
So when you're stuck there,
yeah.
They used to have a percentage on Netflix.
Yeah, but everyone's an asshole and they hit like thumbs down, bad rating.
Yeah, but now that's all it is thumbs up or thumbs down. And they're like, this is a 98% match. I'm like, this show about women is a 98% based on what? I mean, you mean it's 98 because you just want us to watch it because it's your new show?
That's what happens. They have that new shuffle feature. Like, we'll find something for you to watch.
Shuffle feature?
So if you can't find something to watch, you scroll down enough, it'll be like, click this and we'll find a show for you. And I've clicked it and it's like, we'll put on the Queen's Gambit. I was like, that is nothing.
That's everybody's watching.
I was like,
it,
that's not relevant to what I watch. Why did you pick it for me? Oh, it's because everyone's watching it.
Yeah. And it's new. Everyone's watching it because you're like, here's what's new right at the top of the thing.
Exactly. And
ass fuckers. Go ahead and watch WandaVision. I started watching Aladdin like 3 times.
Oh, the one with Will Smith?
Yeah. Awful.
It's
bad. Awful.
We fell asleep. I think the kids didn't even like it.
Oh my God. And Will Smith is like obnoxious in it.
Yeah.
Obnoxious as the genie. The songs are exactly the same. Not that well. Like, why is he... Did you finish it ever? I haven't finished it yet because I just keep falling asleep, or turning it off because I'm just like, I can't. Yeah, I can't right now. I can't.
It's not very good.
He's like telling the story at the beginning on a boat with kids. So what? Is he the genie or is this him free now? That's probably what it is.
Oh, maybe.
It's probably because,
now you said it out loud.
Spoiler alert, he gets freed at the end.
If you haven't seen Aladdin, the cartoon.
Yeah. So that's probably him was like, oh, but you were the genie, daddy? Like, yes, I was. Now I just tell the story over and over and over like an old man. Can't really go. Anyways.
Yeah, it was a bad movie.
It was very bad. So I'm open to any recommendations, people. Everyone is saying Queen's Gambit. Did you watch Queen's Gambit?
I didn't. I was busy watching Cobra Kai.
Is everyone shoving it down your throat though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Cobra Kai is another one everyone's saying they're going to watch.
Yeah.
But it's good?
Yeah, it was really good.
Did you watch, do you have all the streaming services?
I don't have Crave.
Is that the only one you're missing?
Well, I think I only have Disney and Netflix.
Okay. Because I'm watching stuff on like Amazon Prime.
I have Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you watch The Boys?
No.
You should watch that.
Okay.
Like right now.
Okay.
Leave and go watch it.
I'll just turn it on right now.
Yeah. It's good. It's really good. Especially if you like the Marvel movies.
Okay.
It's basically like, what if superheroes, like it's the concept behind Civil War. Like what if corporations told superheroes where they were supposed to go and what they were supposed to do.
Okay.
Right. So like, what if they owned them and said, go do this. So like the whole show is like, like they have a guy who's like Captain America. He's basically got like all of Superman's powers, and he wears like red, white, and blue cape and everything. They call him Homelander. And it's like, oh, you're trending with this group right now and you really identify with this demographic and blah, 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 blah. We need to film more spots with you doing that like this. But they're all cocksuckers. It's like, imagine if you had this ego, like you're a superhero and your ego and all the things that you can do. So you like put it on for the cameras and then you're like a piece of shit off camera.
Okay.
Well, that's the idea behind The Boys. It's almost like a Hancock kind of thing. But they're not like, oh, we saved the world, but we just don't kind of care. It's more like just we're the worst off camera and we just do the bidding of these corporate people, whatever. And then there's a group of people who know what fuckers they are and they've been wronged by the superheroes and they're just regular people. And that's The Boys. Like they're the ones like, we know who you are and we're going to fucking shut you down.
Okay.
It's a really, really interesting show. Apparently it was a comic book. I didn't even know this. I'd finished both seasons. Didn't even know it was a comic book. But it's good. Very, very well done. Very, very well done.
WandaVision and The Boys.
Yeah. Are you stressed out?
No, do
okay,
I?
Like, WandaVision and The Boys. All right. So I think that's
Make
everything.
Notes. You gave me a pad of paper. I'm gonna write. I wrote so far.
Oh, don't even worry about that. I just wanted to make sure that I had covered all of the nothing that I've done all week. The USBs came in. Everybody today, they came in. I picked them up. Did I do anything else of interest? Not really.
They look really cool, guys.
Yeah, they're so cool. I can't wait to load. I've already gotten permission this week, and so I've edited and uploaded both of the bonus interviews that I did. The episode 125 that was not released because of my friend being kind of concerned about its content. The bonus episode that I recorded with Victoria, also kind of skittish on content, but both of them are like thumbs up, do it for the special collector's edition box. So that is super cool. I can't wait to have those. And then I've got an episode that I'm doing for you guys specifically that I'm already working on because it's going to have like my first set ever and some of the stuff from the album and then a bunch of other goofy shit that I can put together for you guys. So I can tell you already there's 5 out without me even recording an episode. There's already 5 hours of content that's coming on this USB.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited.
Your first show ever.
To hear it.
Oh, it's so good.
Can't
I was
listen to
there.
it.
I was there.
I can't
It
listen.
was
It's so
good.
bad.
It was
It's
so good.
I'm going to put on current stuff before it, and then in contrast, you'll be like, this is fucking awful. And speaking of before and after, let's get to these fucking pictures.
Okay.
So Tasha brought me pictures of stuff. These are from high school, right?
Even a little
Which
bit.
one's the best one? Should we
Okay,
save the
so
best for last?
I think
Or
this
the
is
worst?
the best one.
You have a story that you were going to tell me at the beginning of the thing
Oh
about
my
how you came
fucking
over.
God, it was so
It's got anything to do with these pictures?
He
or
won't
just
be in the pictures.
Okay, so you go ahead. You tell me that. Can I start looking, or did you want me to look with you?
You can look through it.
Okay. And I'll try not to be like, what the fuck in the middle of your story?
So
This is supposed to be embarrassing about me, guys, and I can't.
Josh and I hung out from like we were 12 when we met, and then we were 14 when we really, really became good friends.
I'm not in any of these pictures on the first page, by the way.
He lived down the street from me, so I would go over to his house super often, hang out with him and his mom and his brother. And one of those days I went over and he was like, hey, I just watched this movie with, I think it was Rob Schneider in it. And there was a girl at a pet store and he wanted the fish at the it was Deuce Bigelow maybe. And he wanted the fish at the bottom of the tank. And her nipples would always get into the tank and her shirt would go see through. And one day I came over and I was wearing a white shirt and you were like, hey, I have this really fun idea. I'm going to take my glasses off because when I take my glasses off, I can't really see. And I want you to dip your nipple into this glass of water. I won't be able to see anything because I can't see anything with my glasses on.
Did you fall for it?
And I was like, you're a fucking liar. And you were like, no, for real. Look.
Oh, that's not embarrassing for me. Listen, it's the art of negotiation. You have to,
I was like, no.
You're gonna lose a few before. No. That's it. That was your story. That was the embarrassing thing.
But it was
good on you. Because here's the thing: the whole time I thought you fell for it. I was like, you didn't fall for it, did you? Good for you.
I was like, you can.
That's me.
That's you. Look at you. You're a baby.
Oh my god!
It's like your grade 6 graduation or something. You gave me that picture. I don't know why.
Because you have those pictures of everybody in this book. Yeah. This book has. I remember this kid, but I don't remember his name or anything like that.
Do we name drop? I don't know. Do we name drop on here?
I doubt he's listening.
Matt Boda.
Yeah, you had a big thing for him, right?
Oh, I had a crush on him.
You had a crush on a lot of these dorky little dudes. And I say that as like, and when I first flipped the page, I couldn't tell if that was the same person at first, making fun of him. Jesus Christ, I had a jawline at one point.
Look how cute you were.
I can't even tell. Like, I look at pictures of me now. I'm like, fuck it. I used to think I was like overweight then. I'm like, now I would destroy to be in that kind of shape.
It's so crazy how we perceived ourselves when we were younger.
I still think that like, I feel like I'm aging well. Do you know what I mean?
Good.
Like, yeah.
We're in our prime, man.
I'm overweight, but I feel, oh my God. Look
there
at
it
Jimmy.
is. Look at Jimmy.
So disgusting. That was like a toaster grilled cheese that I made him. I don't even remember him. Like, I get what he looks like. That's got to be my place.
Yeah. A lot of these pictures are at your place.
Jesus Christ. Oh, Jim, if you're listening, you look like a little baby. There's, wow,
braces,
Taylor.
little braces.
And sorry, guys, I'm looking at a lot of people I haven't seen in a long time.
It's pretty
That's
good.
hysterical. Taylor still looks amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a chick, by the way.
Here comes some good ones.
Oh, Mika.
So Josh always used
These
to wear
are
these
fucking hilarious.
These pink shorts.
They're not pink. They were never pink.
Fucking pink.
These are like, okay, people like when men can't describe a color. That's what's going on with these monkeys right now. Like, they were orange.
Pink.
And no, they were not. They were orange and they were faded. So they were like even this, I would argue like salmon colored. And even then they're not salmon colored. They're orange. You can see in this picture, but that's okay. They think that it being called pink bothers me. I don't care. I the confidence to wear pink, but Jesus Christ, look how fucking young I was. Can I take pictures of these before you go?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is that it for me in this?
No, we skipped these. These are like the years I was in summer school.
All right. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to remember. Like, yeah, like, there was I think Exhaust made a comeback, the brand. I think it made a comeback, but Exhaust were these brands that were like super baggy clothes. There's Chris Talk.
Oh,
Chris
talks.
co-hosts with me from time to time.
No, does he?
Yeah, if you scroll through the episodes, you'll see Josh talks with Chris. It's
Nice,
always
that's
if
him?
it's Chris, it's always
Yeah,
Chris talk.
okay.
Yeah. But that's so funny. Yeah, the exhaust brand. Hey, I remember that picture. There's me again. Jesus.
Wait, this one is like an homage to you. This is only, I think, pictures of you.
Me. More people should have homages to me in their house. Yeah, I recognize all these people. There's fucking Alex something, Bittner, Becca something, Devin Stone. I don't know. I try not to say people's names on here.
You're saying a lot of names.
Whatever. Then I don't give a fuck. I'd rather they tune in, I get the download, and then they give me shit for saying the names. It's so funny how, like, you thought these were the good-looking girls in school. You look at them now, I'm like, these are such little children.
Oh, I know.
So
That's
irritating.
crazy.
But some of them blossomed into some pretty hot.
Same thing with the
fucking
guys.
chicks,
We look back at these pictures like, dude, I thought that guy was so
Just
hot.
little
He looks
dorks.
like a child.
Look at Shergy.
Like, what? I know.
He looks storky. I think he's bald now. A lot of us losing that fucking hair there. You have a lot of pictures of Angle in here.
Oh, yeah. Me and her were like best friends and she moved to Australia.
Do you still talk to her?
On Facebook talk.
Oh, it's a sad day where everyone's moving away there. There's the two of them crying. It's so sad.
The best was Josh and I used to
They're crying
sneak
too.
out of our house when we were young. We were 15 maybe? Grade 10?
What am I, Steve Jobs in that fucking picture?
Fucking no.
Oh my God, some of these are fucking hysterical, guys. There's a picture where I look like fucking Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
If you make the money later, look at that asshole. How many looks did I have in this fucking
Dude,
thing?
look at Sove.
Yeah. Did I take that or did
Yeah,
you take
you did
that?
it. You took that.
Gardner with hair. He hasn't had hair in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I remembered this book. Did I borrow this or did I give
Maybe
this
I
to
brought
you?
it around, or maybe I brought it to Whispers once when you
Wow,
came by.
this is awesome. Yeah, like, no, I avidly remember the vast majority of these pictures. Who the fuck is this guy? And
Who
look
is
at the
that?
acne on my face. No wonder I
it's you.
put a beard on there. Jesus Christ. I don't know, like all these people can't see what I see. I'm gonna take
You gotta
pictures of these
take
and put them on the
pictures. You gotta take
Instagram,
pictures.
guys. So, and I'll put them like not on my story, but on the actual Instagram. So just know that when I'm saying these things, I'm gonna have to fucking, and I'll have to learn how to edit the videos on YouTube so that I can actually, like, if anyone's viewing this on YouTube, I can actually put the pictures up.
Yeah, that's true.
As I'm talking.
Yeah.
What's that? Anything special, or is that just what was
These
stuck
are some
in here?
that aren't in the photo album.
Let me see those, because you said this is the
Yeah.
homage, right?
Yeah.
So just know, guys, that if you want the full experience, I don't want fucking here, oh, you're talking about stuff we can't see. I'm putting it on the Instagram. If you're not looking at it, fuck you. You can go to Instagram.com/onemanpodcast and you will see some of these pictures we're talking about. Yeah, I remember this. You with your waffle hair.
Oh, fuck. The crimpy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
This has got to be my brother. That's not
That's
me.
your brother. That's Aaron.
I remember. I must have given you these. I owned all of these pictures.
Well, we probably developed them together because we're
Likely.
best friends.
or just from something.
Did everything
I definitely
together.
didn't own that picture.
Oh, that's
Jimmy in a toque with his pants off. And I think I took this picture. I'm fairly
Maybe.
certain.
Yeah, I have. I don't know. I have that picture.
Fuck sakes. I'm glad you keep this stuff. What the fuck
cute.
is that? Sorry, guys. We got to make this somewhat interesting for them. Okay. It's like half of my head cut off in this one. This is cool. All right. I think I ran the gambit of those nice and quick. Okay. All righty. Well, this is kind of fun. You should tell me a story or something when I'm looking. Just so what the fuck is that? I don't think I've ever seen that picture.
I don't know what we were doing.
I'm
You look
flexing
fancy
or something. Yeah.
You look fancy. Like we were going to a dance.
I'm
Maybe we were going to like.
really trying to figure out who the fuck I was. These pictures, they're so eclectic.
Okay,
guys.
so I was saying Josh and I used to sneak out of our house to go hang out together and do like really tame shit. Like we'd go to Dow's Lake and like climb trees, or we would like walk by churches and like peek in windows. And one day we had this amazing idea.
Cultivate acne, apparently, according to these pictures.
We thought it was going to be brilliant to run across the Queensway. And the Queensway here is our 8-lane highway. And we hopped the fence and ran across it as fast as possible. Now it was about 11, 12 at night, so there weren't very many cars. And it's pretty stupid. Mm-hmm. But hey, we were 14. It was really fun. It was really fun. Yeah.
That's the story?
That's the story.
Oh, you gotta learn how to tell a story. You got a picture of me putting on socks
I have no
and
idea.
a wife
You
beater?
look like you're naked.
What are these fucking pictures?
That one where you're eating the KFC?
What?
Look at you. You're like leaning back like,
Is that KFC in my hands?
KFC.
God, this is brutal. Some of these pictures, I'm like, I'm glad that there's pictures that exist of me like not completely overweight, but at the same time, I'm like, I would almost take a picture of me overweight now with than some of these styles that I was
Some of these
rocking.
pictures.
We're talking like Hawaiian shirts in some. Look at Mika. What does this say? Courtesy gratuit. Oh, because the thumbs in the picture.
Yeah.
It's like a sticker on it. Like this one's free. I'm like, why? Because my face is fucked in it. Completely visible. Oh my God. The amount of acne that I'm rocking. I don't even know if this is an homage to me. It's just like, blah. I'm glad you have these. I'll have to go through them before you go,
really
so
cute.
that, or maybe
I'll
depending
just
on
leave
time.
them. I'll just leave them here. I don't need them. Like this one. Like what? Are we having a romantic piggyback? Like what were you doing in this one?
I don't know what's going on. How did I take a picture and keep you from falling at the same time?
Like, what the fuck are we doing? This one we were so like, ooh, look, we're next to
There's
an
an
LCBO.
LCBOs coming
Whoa, we're not old enough to drink. Like, I know.
Fuck.
I know. Some of it's pretty funny. Like what? What is?
Oh well, yeah. I think this was like you had your first camera or something, because that's. And I'm sorry for you guys. You're like, we're listening to you guys look at things.
No,
this is
they're gonna look at the
brutal.
Instagram. They'll
I
see
don't.
it.
I don't
They'll
think
see
some of
it.
them will. I think some of them are not going to look at the Instagram, and they're just going to bitch that they can't see it. We shouldn't be doing pictures if we can't see it. You should do a video podcast. Then pay for a producer for me. How can we do that, Josh? Well, you can pick up a 200th episode limited edition collector's box, guys. That'll get the ball rolling on.
I think that was the same night as this weird picture of Mika.
Yeah, because Tasha dated Mika. Mika is Mika. We did an episode with Jimmy and Mika on the podcast, my two best buddies, and Mika is a giant. I think he's 6'9".
Yeah,
and Tasha dated him.
I was 5'5".
But you guys were like high school dating, so you guys never got it in as the Jersey Shore.
We maybe kissed. Maybe.
Oh, really?
Maybe I don't even know.
But you guys, I don't even know the base system. I think first base is kiss, second base is tits, third base is oral or
maybe oral. I think it'd be oral
or HJs.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then home run is baby. But you guys only kissed.
No, I was like, I think I was a virgin until I was like 17.
Did you date
18.
Jimmy?
I dated Jimmy too.
Yeah,
For 4 days.
that's it.
Yeah. Then Jason asked me out, and I was like, bye, Jimmy. I'm going to date Jason now. And he's like, okay, we'll still be friends. And now I'm like, fuck, that's a bitch move. Like, that's shitty of me.
Oh, whatever. I mean, at the end of high school,
Yeah, okay.
I don't get the move. It wasn't like I'm ditching the captain of the chess team for the captain of the football team. I don't like Jason's a very nice guy, but I just didn't get the attraction.
I don't know. I like Asians.
Do you?
Yeah, they're cute. Have you ever seen Asian Baby? Like, come on. Like,
I thought that don't they just look like that until they're 80 and then they shrivel up and shuffle around everywhere? Isn't that how? I've never here's my theory on Asians. Because they have people say black don't crack. I'm like, Asians stay young forever. But here's the thing. You go to Chinatown and there's like the ones that are like hunched over like the letter C shuffling around everywhere.
yeah,
They
but
can't
they're
even lift
like
their feet.
they're like 100 years old.
But I don't know if they are. You know what I think? I think that the young looking ones are sucking the life out of the shriveled up ones like the podlings in the Dark Crystal. That's what I think. I think, right? Because they all have those basement sweatshops. Well, what if what a claim to well, they all have sweatshops in their basements. That's why they own the whole building. So they got the restaurant on the first floor, the sweatshop in the basement. They all 97 of them live on the top floor. What a fucking horrible thing to say. But I think that if anyone had the means, right, the way, like, what do you think bubble tea is? Maybe bubble tea is just the leftovers, right? That's how they get the youth into themselves.
Oh my God.
That black shit is the essence of the shriveled up ones.
Wow.
And they drink that stuff. I mean, I'm open to a counter argument, guys. Contact at onemanpodcast.com. Send me your thoughts. But I think that there's some, I don't know. I agree with you. A lot of them say looking young, but there's some of them, because I mean, the old ones, it's not like they get their age tested. Maybe you pull out their driver's license, they're 27. They've just had all the essence sucked out of them.
Maybe.
But you like Asians? So
Yeah.
what you're saying is you enjoy incredibly small penises. That's why the
That's
tiny
not real.
little suction cup
I'm not
is-
dating any Asians. So
Anymore.
I dated one.
They got those tiny little fingers too, so they give you like a badass massage. You can get in and work all of those.
Real.
What are you talking about? It's not real. They have tiny little sweatshop fingers.
Oh
Are they not? The little.
No.
Cancel me, please. Somebody cancel me. I want to just sleep every day.
Only the girls. Only the
Only the girls have the tiny little
they have
fingers.
little hands. They're good at the massages.
They walk on your back too because I think their hands aren't big enough to massage the shit out of you. So they're like, we need a bigger surface. They just grind their heels in. That's like an average person's thumb. That's why you got to get the Asian heels in there and you just work out all those muscles.
Jesus.
What are you doing this week? What's going on with your life?
Tobogganing with my 5,000 children.
Sledding.
Mammogram.
Oh, that's right.
And
it's just a standard issue, mammers.
Yeah, just the mammers, and I don't know. That's about it.
Are you you're one of the businesses that are shut down?
Yeah,
right now because of
hairdressing.
COVID.
I don't get to do that very often.
What's the story about things opening up again? Because weren't they supposed to be open by now?
Yeah,
the 28 days or whatever was over.
Yeah, so now he's extended it for 2 more weeks.
That's it? Just 2 more weeks?
Yeah, but you know how that goes. 2 more weeks from now will be 2 more weeks and 2 more weeks.
I heard. Oh, here we go. First yawn of the episode. They come. I heard that they were looking for 5 consistent days of less than 50 new cases or something like that.
Okay.
Before they were going to lift the ban.
Okay.
I don't
know either.
I heard, which means that it could be complete. Like
I didn't. I've stopped looking at the numbers. It just
long time ago.
Just because of this unnecessary stress, and then you're like, oh, I shouldn't go to the park. Everyone's my enemy, and you're like, well, just don't look at the numbers. Go to the fucking park. No one's out there coughing on you.
Don't make out
come
with
on.
strangers.
That's it. Like, who cares? Go outside. Go outside. Mental health. Like, come on.
Yeah. So what are you doing to stay like in the meantime? You're
So-
not watching WandaVision.
Yeah, I'm not watching WandaVision.
You're not eating cheese in bed.
I stopped doing that. We go sledding. There's a really nice hill
Sledding.
here.
Yeah, so I was going to convert tobogganing for the Americans
Yeah,
listening.
the place that we used to go to when we were younger, the Arboretum, Experimental Farm.
Yeah.
I take my harem of children there, and we toboggan.
I like that you've completely. You're like you're going to say it, so
we go there, and on their lunch, on our lunch break, we go skating.
Okay.
There's a rink not too far. Fisher Park has a really nice rink. They have a hockey rink, and then they added all these trails that kind of link between all the trees in the park. And so you can go in the rink, and they can come out of it.
At Fisher?
Yeah.
There's trees there?
Well, what they did is they had the community donate their Christmas trees, and they put them in mounds of snow, so it looks like
okay.
there's
So
trees.
it looks okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. So we go there on our lunch break, and then
Lunch break?
Yeah, the kids have a lunch break from school.
Oh, are they in school right now?
No,
Or
well, they're
virtual
doing
school?
virtual. So
How many computers do you have to have in your house to have 19 children all in their different grades,
So
all in
many.
their classes? Are you
So many.
okay? But all on you can't decide. There's 4 kids.
Yeah.
Any of them in the same grade?
No.
So you have 4 computers
Yeah.
going?
Yeah.
How?
Well,
iPads?
there's
Like
one on an iPad, one on a MacBook, one on an Acer computer, and
you don't
one
love
on a
that kid
Chromebook.
very much, right?
The kid on the
The
Acer.
Acer kid?
No, the Acer
like
kid.
the iPad, the MacBook.
You know, though,
What was the last one? Google Chromebook or whatever?
the Chromebook.
Yeah, so like those are all name brands. And you're like, hey, Acer.
Here you go.
Like, is that the kid with the ADHD? You're like, look, you're not.
No. So actually, the parents might know this too. The iPads are not as good for homeschooling because they use all the Google Classroom.
Yeah, because the schools
And
are
then-
poor and Apple's primo.
Yeah, and so they have Chromebooks, but if the kids have iPads, it doesn't work very well. There's a lot of lagging. They can't link up. They can't submit
like,
documents.
how many fucking idiots at the school think that like that iPads are what they're going to have at home?
Yeah, that's what they should
So like,
be
if you could just get on a Windows thing. I'm sorry, we're not poor. Your fucking Windows and Acer devices.
Yeah, so I had to buy a new router because it wasn't divvying out the internet. We had the regular one that came from Tech Savvy.
You had like the old Campbell soup that didn't have enough chicken in it by the time it got to the last kid.
So exactly. So I had to get a new router that split up the internet more evenly for all the kids because one kid would be on first and you have all the internet and the kid would link
You'd have
last.
all of
You'd
it.
be like,
I have all of it. The child pornography, everything.
Connecting fast enough. It's like, get back to the basement.
That's hilarious.
And that's kind of how they work. We got one in the bedroom, one in the living room.
You separate them too,
We
right?
have
So they
to
can't fuck around.
because they have to take their devices and be like, I'll answer the question. And the other kid's like, I'm answering a question. And then like it's just noisy and I'm cooking and I'm trying to keep them happy and it's just too noisy. So they're all separate.
So what's the youngest?
8.
Oldest is 13.
13.
Wow. So 5 years total difference, different grades. So they're all like, what's
different grades.
What's the missing year? 9, 10, 11,
So
12.
we got grade.
But I mean like the age.
Oh,
what's the missing age? You have
10,
a 12-year-old?
10 and 11.
There's no
the
10-year-old.
two ages.
10 and 11.
No. So we have 8, 9, 12, and 13.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are the two older ones yours and the two younger ones his?
No.
You each have
My
a young
youngest
one?
is 8, and my oldest 13, and he's got 7 and 12.
Are you worried that they're going to
9 and 12. What the fuck am I saying?
Are you worried that they're going to like hook up?
No.
Why not? I watch a lot of pornography. There's a lot of there's a lot
Not
of blended
real.
family sex.
No. They get too old.
I'll tell you though, those boners I get are real. Like, I'm just trying to make you uncomfortable. It's making me uncomfortable.
Oh, God.
Probably not working on you. It's working on me. What happened to me? I used to be able to fucking commit to one of these jokes without breaking.
No. They don't like each other.
They don't like each other.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Well, there's 3 boys and 1 girl.
That's hot. She's gonna be sore. I tell you. Oh, gross.
Safe word? Can I use that safe word now?
No.
Pineapple.
No, we're getting ready to. How dare you sully the pineapple name as if it were a safe word?
Pineapple.
It's this was fun. I know you have to pick up a pizza in a few
Get a
minutes.
pizza.
So
This pizza that's as long as the table.
what's the name of it again?
Farnelli's.
It's as long as the table, but how wide? Because if it's like a baguette, the length of the table, it's not particularly impressive.
No, let me see. Yeah, I gotta go. I think I have a picture of this box of pizza. It's pretty big.
Yeah. What's it cost?
It's like 30,
Really?
32 bucks maybe.
For a pizza the size of the table?
Here you go.
We're not sitting at a fucking chess table. Farinella. Look at your face. Like you look like you just gave birth.
Whoa, look how big this pizza is.
That is pretty big. And it's not one of those ones like the box is big. This picture does not have the open pizza. So is it one of those ones you open it up and it's like there's 2 inches all around the circumference of it?
It's in the box. It's good.
And it's like $32?
Yeah.
And is it loaded with shit?
It's so you can get. I think you can split it into 2 or 3 different toppings. So you can be like, this half of the pizza I want pineapples.
Yeah.
This half I want fungus, and this side.
You're like this half, and this half. This third, you mean?
Shut the fuck up.
Tasha was a math genius, by the way.
Can we have math together?
I don't know.
Mr. Campbell.
I had him, I think the second time I did grade 10 math.
Oh, no, that guy was sweaty.
He was sweaty. I drew pictures of him sweating on the tests because he was like, because he knew I wasn't going to do anything.
Sweaty.
Yeah. I can't remember who I was talking to about this recently.
Maybe Chris.
I don't think so. I don't know if I was podcasting or if it was my podcast with Jen LaBelle, which will come out on Friday. So guys, last week I was going to do a podcast with Jen on Thursday night and we were having internet issues here at the house. So I didn't want to risk, having that show up on the episode. So I decided to do it with her on Friday evening. And normally I'll put the bonus episode in on Friday. So I basically just did it, edited it, shelved it for this week. So I was talking with Jen in school how to have like a math teacher who, Mr. Campbell, who he just knew I wasn't paying attention. I come into class, I'd pull out a Stephen King book and just open it and start reading. Like I wasn't paying attention. I showed up. I don't even blame him. I hated math. Math is my weakest subject.
Yeah.
I was taking all advanced courses, but I was just like, if you miss the first part where they teach you the new formula, the new unit, I was just like, I missed the formula and I don't care. So I would just read this, but he would, whenever he did a quiz or a test, just so that I could get a mark, he'd be like, and on the back page, write a poem for a mark, whatever. I'd write a poem. Or on the back page, draw a picture. And I was always good at like cartooning. So I would draw him pointing at stuff, but when he had his arm up with big sweat stains in his armpits. So it's like he did that just for me, and I would like mock him in the thing. Like I deserved to fail the classes that like I actively tried to fail. Like if you're gonna fail me, I'm gonna fail me. How about that? This is your choice.
You were like that with
Mr.
Mr. Williams, the British teacher.
Talked about him.
Yeah.
He wasn't British.
Yeah, he was. He was the British accent French teacher. He was so shitty.
You thought he had a British accent?
Didn't he?
He had a French accent.
No, I thought he
French
was.
accent. You piss off a lot of Brits. They're like,
I
why do you
thought.
not talk like that? He's like, Après le crayon.
That's how we talked.
When he and I said that to her. Like I said that I didn't name the teacher, but since you just did, may as well. So when you guys hear me talking about that teacher, he would send me to the office because I would disrupt his class too. That's what I was doing. What I do. He waved his hands like he was a conductor of an orchestra. But he would write like, oh, you know, blah, 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 Josh Williams, you know, please take this student because he's being disrupting my class, Josh Williams. And then, you know, write sincerely, Brian Williams, no relation because his last name, no relation, made sure that they knew that we were, fuck you, buddy. You'd love to ride my coattails, my J list of Ottawa celebrity coattails. Guys, that's the podcast for the week. I'm holed up at home. I did not leave. I left the house last Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. I left the house to go get the USB drives and I did like all my errands at once. So I will be holed up in the house again for another week, waiting for something to happen. Would love your recommendations, guys. Send me emails of what to watch. You said Cobra Kai. A lot of people are saying Cobra Kai. I can probably bang it out in a day. I got to play. I'm just going to throw this out real quick. I got to play some Gears of War, the first original Gears of War on the Xbox with my buddy Kia. Austin, Jason, the owner of Absolute Comedy, whatever, my buddy, Jason's nephew, Austin, from way out west in Canada, he just threw me a message on Xbox the other night. And I ended up jumping in a little party with him, and we weren't playing together. We were playing the same game at the same part. And he was like, how do I get through this part? Whatever. So it was interesting. It was cool. He's a good kid. I think he's 16 now. He came to visit us a couple of years ago.
Cute.
Yeah. And he's like 16. He's like, how do I get through this? I'm like, buddy, da-da-da-da. That's like my MO now. I hang out with like teenagers on PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah. It's weird. It's like, it's totally fine because we're just hanging out and playing video games. Right? I mean, Crystal's kids are that age now. So it's like,
wow.
You know, not blood relative, but I'm just like, you know what? I think I found my maturity level. I get along great with these teenagers because I'm just as immature as them. But yeah, I think that was nice. So we've got little things that are going on, but that's that. Anyways, guys, that's the podcast. I hope you have a great week. Don't take any shit from anybody. Send me any recommendations you want, and I will have more fun things for you soon. Tasha, thank you for doing this. Did you have fun?
It was super fun.
This
was great. Yeah. You always make me laugh. This is the best.
Thanks. I'm going to get you to take those because I don't want to lose them or break them.
I'll send you pictures of them.
Please.
Yeah,
like anything that you see of me, just fire them to me. I'm sorry, I know it's a task to give you, but maybe
I don't mind.
It'll keep you busy.
What the fuck else am I going to do?
Fair. And I'll curate them and I'll put them on the Instagram. This is available at like 1 a.m. tonight.
Yeah.
So
I know. I think I know that.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you say that.
Fair. All right. Well, I will chat with you guys soon. Tash, thanks again.
Yeah. Bye.